Good morning, good evening, good night. I believe BraveCarriesFr, and this is my Tearlament Horus deck profile. Won the 3v3 I attended last week. Well, a very similar build to the last one that I won, but I never uploaded it. And then this one won this week at my locals. Both profiles went undefeated, so that's pretty good. I tried to adjust this one to beat specifically the fire decks, or like specifically the Fire King variant, because that's the one that runs around the most at my local scene. And then just sort of go from there, trying to make it a little more consistent as well. I feel like I've got there. I feel like I've got a good list. Shoutouts to Zeo Mundry. I based this list off of his. It's not the exact same. It is a little. It is a good bit different. There was a lot of things that he played in it that I didn't quite like. Like, he didn't play Toad in his list, but I do. So, you know, actually, there's no point in deliberating over that any longer. Let's just get into the profile. That's what you're here for. So, 3 Rhino Heart. I refuse to move on this. Rhino Heart is such an important card for the deck. I mean, just, like, having access to this on mills, I mean, like, sure, it's good a card in hand, but on a mill, it's great to also have. Because it means then if you mill an Aqua, and you have, like, one of your, like, Dangers, or, like, a Turtle or something like that, then you can use this just at any time to make a big Kaleido Heart, which helps a lot whenever you're trying to make big pushes or try to build a board and stuff like that. Like, it's very strong to just have this card around, which is why I refuse to budget on 3 copies. Plus, I'm playing 41 cards now, so having access to this as often as possible is very good. One of each of the 3 names. I don't know why you would play any less. It's like the whole reason the deck functions. The 3 tier cache as well. You don't play any less than this. One thing I am not doing from last week's build, if the build I uploaded before was different, I'm not playing Fenrir this time. For the most part, Fenrir is really bad into this format. It just doesn't feel impactful enough. It loses to Droll, loses to Nibiru harder, and it just doesn't feel very strong. So I cut that. I also cut Destrudo, which you'll see here. I'm playing 2 Malicious. That's the only, like, dark bricks I'm playing this time. Well, I guess if you would call Dangers bricks. But they're not really. These are all very important. You kind of need to play like 5 of these cards, like at least 1 Dark and Non-Aqua Danger. So a lot of people play 3 of this. I'm playing 2. I don't think I need any more than that. I'm playing the Mothman this time over the Bigfoot. Bigfoot, sure, I mean, like, it makes like a level 8 guy, right? But at least this guy's normal summonable, right? And you can go into like Dark Charmer and everything. It helps to be able to have this guy as a normal summon over Bigfoot. Like, sure, Bigfoot can fight stuff, but, like, I mean, my entire side deck is completely shifted. So I think I'll be good post-game 1, for the most part. No, they're very good. And Nessie, I mean, Danger Mothman's only really in here as a Nessie search target, if you ever discard this. But this is in here because it's a Dark Aqua, and that's really important for tier. Next is the Horus package, the lucrative good cards. We have the 3 Imseti and the Happy. You don't really want to play anymore. You could, but I don't think it's optimal to play any more than this, because, like, I draw this often enough, and this card sucks to draw. Anyway, it's a good card on field. I'm playing 2 Kingsark, and I'm playing Walls of the Imperial Tomb. If you don't know what this is the Horus field spell. It treats itself as Kingsark while it's on the field, so if you draw it and you mill any Horus name, so you can just get a free extender, which is pretty cool. But it can also search a Horus name and then put a card from your hand back in the deck, so you can put like a brick, like, I don't know, I guess Mali, Mothman, one of the trap card, like Triva Karma, for example, if you can't discard it, which you probably will off this, because you'll search Imseti, and then Imseti will discard it. Like, it just puts back resources, I guess, but the main thing is that it gets access to this, which then gets access to this, which, you know, gets the whole ball rolling, so it's pretty good. And the reason to play it is because there's a specific way you get to search it. I mean, we'll get to that in 2 seconds, like so. And then that bridges into the other spells of the deck. We have the Triple Pearl of Rhino. I mean, you don't play less. If I could play more, I would, but I can't, so it is what it is. I don't want to play Terraforming either, because Droll's such an important card in the format right now, so being able to just not to get drolled whenever you're trying to search this is great. That's the only thing I don't like about Triva Karma or, what is it, Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. But the only thing I don't like about them is that whenever you get to search this, they go troll, and it's like, oh shit, well, I guess they just have it. If they don't, though, like, you probably win off of those cards, they're great. Yeah, no, 3 Proto Rhino. And then we're playing Triple Scream. I just like being able to have access to this. This is a good card, plus you mill it, and then you get to search the trap card. Tearlaments Heartbeat and Tearlaments Solic. I don't like playing this at any more than 2. I mean, you could play it at 3. Like, this is a good card to play at 3, because, like, you mill it, or you can send it from hand to grave with Rhino Heart, and you just... I mean, it's a free start, plus, I mean, you have a higher likelihood of drawing it, and it's a really good card to draw, because, I mean, you just comfortably are able to just go set. So, yeah. This can also just get this by milling it to the grave, but it's also, like, a main deck sort of Cosmic Cyclone, sort of. That can start your play. I don't know. It's good back row removal. It is one piece of main deck back row removal that is technically searchable, so that's good. And it would be searchable through this. The double Foolish Burial Goods. I think 3 was too much because it's a hard once per turn. 1's too little. 2 means I see it often enough where I can just send to search with the field spell searchers. Like, it's great. This actually could go up to 3 though at some point though. I don't disagree with that. Foolish Burial, yeah, it was good. You know, I mean, it sends a Tearlaments. Or Rhino Heart or something. Yeah, it's pretty good. Second year tier, guys. Right now, this is the lucrative part of the day. It's the cool shit. The turtle is back. It's so cool. This is the part of Zeo Mundry's list that I really like. I'm also playing Trivikarma. He's not playing Trivikarma. I still think it's super good to be able to play, right? So, like, they're both, like, this is the 41st card. So it's like, you have multiple good options to just mill and then search a field spell. Having Pearl Rhino is really important. But then also having the option off of this to go and get the walls is great, because this has multiple options. You have Pearl Rhino, you go search the trap, you go search Heartbeat, you go search Scream. Like, there's a lot of things this can do. Having only one field spell for this, I don't think would justify it. It does search an Aqua, but only having one target is not good enough. Whereas, like, you have the walls, it's like, oh, that's pretty good. Having more access to your Horus engine is really strong. Yeah. I mean, this guy's an Aqua. The fact that this is an Aqua came up so much. I love the turtle. I think I'm keeping it in from now on. And then... I mean, FTK against the fire decks, it's pretty good. Apart from that, it got sided out super often. Against anything that wasn't fire, this is usually, like, in testing and at locals. Like, for the most part, locals, I didn't really play against... Did I play any fire? I played a lot of fire online when I was testing this list. But I didn't really play any fire at locals, so... Oh well. Which was really annoying because it made a lot of this kind of redundant. So, yeah. I also got really unlucky with the Shaddoll fusions today. I kept drawing them going first with no other Shaddoll things to, like, make stuff, but to be fair, I don't play window, so it doesn't really matter. It's just mostly a good going second tool. In future, I might actually just cut this stuff and just, like, play non-engine instead. Yeah, so that's the 41 card main deck. I mean, to be fair, like, I'm talking about my Shaddoll card experiences negatively. These cards are really, really good. Like, you play against Fire King Snake Eye, you draw this, you probably win. Because there's 5 other cards in your hand to contend with. You send this, you get rid of, like, Garunix, Princess, like, everything. This one pops the Fire King Island, App Cologne negates the Sanctuary if it's still on the field. Like, and then you have a level 6 Dark. That's so good. Yeah, alright, let's get into the extra deck. Alright, so we're still on the 1 Kaleido Heart. I don't like having 1 Kaleido Heart. I think 2... I just like having the second one. I think the second one comes up enough for me. And it's just the comfort of having it in there. Like, the more that I have been playing without the second Kaleido Heart, the more I've liked it. But then again, I think there's better cards to play than a second Kaleido Heart. So, yeah, no, I kind of have to just keep it at 1. Like, I mean, it's like the best card in the extra deck, so, yeah. Because I'm not playing Destroyer, I'm not playing Baron either, so this probably is the top card in the extra deck, maybe except Toad or Beatrice. App Cologne, this is the Shaddoll fusion target. The Dangerous, the Garura, the Mud Dragon, the Dragostapelia. I still like having the Dragostapelia, it's really strong. It just gets back any of this stuff. Well, except him. He can't be used as fusion material. But I can put back these stuff to be used for later. But mostly it just helps with a wee infinite loop you can make with East 3. So, was it... how exactly did you do this? Well, not an infinite loop, because they don't summon each other, but... Like, you can keep summoning these guys off of looping each other. Like, this one can go back to the extra deck off of this or this. This one goes back off of this. Yeah, like, for this thing summon, and then this can go back to summon this if needs be. Like, it's... These two specifically, like, just... They do infinitely loop each other. You can get to these guys off of this as well, so... Like, it's just a really nice set of cards. What was it? We're playing Toad and Bahamut. This is my favorite part of the extra deck. I love these guys. They're so good. Beatrice and Zombie Vampire. I mean, I cut Dweller. Dweller never came up. Like, I know it's good against Fire King Snake Eye, but, like, I can't be bothered. I never summoned, like, I never got the opportunity to summon Dweller against them. so I didn't. So it's just like, just cut it, like, at that point. Like, it's good against the fucking Snake Eye. You know what else is good? The Shaddoll cards that you can draw on the main deck that you can get to easier going second. Well, like, you can't really get the Dweller easily going second. If you draw Shaddoll Fusion, you win. So, like, well, unless they have Ash, which would be kind of unfortunate. And then the Lakes, we're playing 5. We're playing Sprint, Dark. I cut Cross Sheep. I'm not playing Cross Sheep anymore. I just don't, like, I mean, this is a Link 2 that you can just sort of climb up into everything with anyway, so it's like, it is what it is. Like, I wish one of these could be SP, but, you know, I'm not that upset, like. So, Sprite Spring can send the Merly, like, that's really good off of an extension piece off of this. This can revive a Dark, go into this. There's enough Darks in the format to where this is viable. And then going first, you can make an Apollosa with a bunch of spare pieces on board, which I noticed I kept having, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's just have Apollosa, why not? And then Access Code, I mean, is a good way to push for game. This comes up quite a lot, so I do actually like having this whole package, this Link package. I'm fairly certain I don't want to cut as long as I'm playing Horse variant of this deck. So I personally advocate for being, like, if you play in the Horse stuff, you have to be playing Selene. Like, I have been wrong this whole time. You have to play Selene. I have been blinded. I did not see the truth. This is the truth. You got to play these cards. You can maybe cut Access Code or Apollosa. You can play one or the other. I like both. So we're playing both. If you're playing SP, you don't need both. On to the side cards, we have one Volcanic Scattershot. I mean, it's just Toxic Time cards, so, you know, it is what it is. Like, you need it to win in a deck like this that plays forever. Triple Droll. Yeah, that's with the hand traps. And I'm not playing the Beery this time around. I just thought, you know, let's try it without it. So I still like Super Poly. Super Poly is really good in the a lot of deck. I do miss this in the main deck, but I didn't really sight it in a lot today. So, did it matter too much? I don't know. I think I drew this, like, once. Super Poly is a ridiculous card, though, so, like, no complaints there. I mean, Cosmic, this card is goated, like always. This card's great. Only time I drew this one, Tactics, was when I went first, and you didn't draw any hand traps for, like, the first time, which was, you know, kind of devastating, but yeah, it is what it is. And then playing 2 evenly is just 2 extra cards. That's 15. I'm not playing the trap card this time just because, like, I never felt, like, I never searched it, right? Like, it's a good card, but I never ended up searching it. So I was just like, you know, let's just play a bunch of cards that are good, like going first and second, and it makes my side patterns a lot easier to just be able to have, like, a bunch of cards that I can side in, like, so, like, whenever I need to take out the Shaddoll stuff, it's 5 cards automatically, which is great. I usually like to side out a Nessie. Going first, so that's like 6 cards already gone, right? Going second as well, I like to take out the Trivikarma, the Rainbow Bridge, and the Turtle, so that's 9, right? That's already 9 cards gone. Unless you're playing the Shaddoll cards, in which then, I mean, like, that's, you have 4. But, like, I mean, like, you'll be able to, like, the siding patterns I felt this weekend were so much easier. Because of the Shaddoll cards, right? So it's like either game 1, you draw them against, like, a solid deck, you know, or Fire King, and you just auto win if you draw it. And if you aren't playing against that deck and it does okay, I mean, you just set it out for all these cards that are, like, kind of better, like, against everything else, because, like, Super Poly is really good, Evenly's good, Tactics is good, Cosmic's good, so it's like, you know, it's just sending a bunch of other good cards that are good into matchups that the Shaddoll cards aren't. Alright, yeah, that's my Tearlaments profile. Again, undefeated at my locals there. I got, like, another deck box out of it. Oh, let's see if I can show this off real quick. I don't know how many locals do these. Like, did every locals get these as, like, points for nationals like the national season this year? I might have shown this stuff on camera already, like the Phantom Nightmare one, but there's the one that, like, outside of the wrapping. It looks really nice. On the inside, it's got this thing here, which is pretty cool. Apart from that, it's just a big empty box. That is the deck profile. If you enjoyed, consider dropping a like, and maybe a sub. Would appreciate it a lot. Drop a comment on maybe any suggestions, or if you need any help with this kind of a deck list, and I'll see you around. You have a great rest of your day.